And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Check this out. You have solar shingles on this roof. We're here at EASTON Park, where a lot of people are really curious what's going on with this neighborhood because they heard of the Tesla solar houses. I've got an amenity center right there, a lot of the different model homes along this little section right here. So I'm gonna check out all of them and kind of give you my take on what I think. I think it's important to mention that a lot of these plans are 2 to 3 bedrooms or 2.5 baths. So you wanna know that before you're looking in this area. I think it's kind of neat. They have the aluminum siding, which helps dissipate the heat, a little bit of regular siding, and then some of these other models, they even have some brick that you can choose from. So depending on what type of unit you get, you could have a balcony, right? So in this 2-story, you've got the primary bedroom right here, and then you've got a little bit of space where you can view kind of what's going on with your neighbors if you want. Now, obviously the view's cut off a little bit because of the roof line, but it's still nice to have a place to sit, drink your coffee, hang out in the morning or in the evenings as the sun's setting. Just keep in mind, if you're hanging out outside, you might make some friends. Hey. I think it's super important to mention that you've got your utility meter and then your breaker box outside in front of the property, in front of the fence, so that if someone pulls up, let's say AT&T or what have you, they can just pull up to your property and have access to it without having to go into your backyard, possibly letting your puppy out or something like that, or invading your privacy. And we've got to be honest, there's some cost-cutting measures by the builders here. For example, look at the thickness of this quartz. A few more things, they're very good with energy efficiency, so you have LED bulbs throughout almost all of the kitchens, all of the builders, and then you have smart features, so you have smart door lock or a Ring or a Google doorbell as well.
Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat, keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion.
And we've got to be honest, there's some cost-cutting measures by the builders here because this is a brand new development and it costs a lot to do that. So you have things like slightly thinner granite countertops, right? Look at the subway tile. This is barely 2, maybe 3 inches across. No hardware on the cabinets. Don't think you get this fridge. If you're moving to Texas, you do not get a refrigerator. Actually, you may. I got to check into that, but most of the time you don't. And then when we look at things like the garage doesn't have any storage. It is a 2-car garage, very standard. You do have your breaker box on the inside, so you don't have to run outside to do that. And then the next thing is if you have a 2-story, you might get lucky and end up with some understair storage. So if you live a minimalist life, this could be the perfect type of home for you. You do have a tankless water heater here, but I want to tell you something. So a little bit of a disclaimer, when we had that freeze, Snowmageddon we called it, a lot of these units had problems. So you want to be careful with that. Make sure you have a home warranty. If you didn't believe in them before, you might now. Notice there's also gravel, so it's xeriscaped really well in the back here, so you don't have to worry about mowing or anything like that. And then none of the sides of the houses have windows, so that way you don't have somebody hanging out looking down at you while you're spending time on your private patio, right? And then large enough condenser unit for a 2-story, there's no issue there, and your meter, and then a gate out the back, because that's actually where your garage entrance is.
Every time, every night, you and I on a roll. Switch it up where I'm going. Stay on the fly, just in time, know the right way to go. I'm on the road, it's my time, taking control of my life. I want to run the red lights, I've got to run this show.
And then to access anything in the amenity center, you have to have an app on your phone that activates it.
Vibe, you're like a centerfold. Ooh, that's what I see. You got what I need. Sipping on the potion, all that good emotion, just my kind of heat. Keep it on repeat, tested by the motion, loving this devotion. Ooh, that's what
Sometimes it's hard for people to envision what a house looks like prior to it being built, especially while it's at framing or still sitting there as just a slab, a concrete slab. But if you're lucky enough or fortunate enough to be able to build one of these homes, there are lots of things that you get to see. For example, you get to see how they set up the gang boxes, where they run the wires. And so I always recommend that people get a third-party inspector. However, it's only often that they do. Keep in mind, look, you've got your spray foam insulation, so you can see that they've put that up. You can see that they've got the zip system. So they're doing a lot to prevent moisture from entering the home and insulating the home well. You can't have a high efficiency home and then not take high efficiency care of things like that.
Give me that, give me that, give me that good reaction. Gonna make it right, little like an offer I can't refuse.
And this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Check this out. You have solar shingles on this roof, right? The garage has a spot for the Tesla Powerwall, but I haven't been able to see one with a unit installed. But these are solar Tesla shingles. And so now you've got the shingles on the roof that power the Powerwall, which can store energy for you to charge your electric vehicle or the rest of your home. Isn't that incredible? I know it's incredible. I know it's incredible.
It's my kind of heat.